masterclass entitled LLB in South Africa, Build Your Strong Legal Future and Successful Law Career. So the purpose of this particular masterclass or webinar, or whatever you want to call it, is about you, the prospective law student or person who wants to study law. Apologies, I need my fix of tea as I talk, clear my throat. So we have this new, I'll start off with a conversation on Regenesys Law School, and then I will move to what we have created and we have written and put it on the website for you to access on careers in law. On the Regenesys Law School website, we've done that so that you can access it at any time. This is a no longer newly established law school. It was established in 2021, end of 2021. And of course, the institution itself is about 26, 27 years old. And we are, obviously, who we are, acting head of schools, Ms. Paces Nyoni, I'm the academic head. And of course, we have been doing quite a lot in the area of law. And of course, we're trying to be a collaborative partner. We want to give people tailored training, open communication, and align with your goals. Very important, obviously, is the question is, what is this creature called LLB degree? Now, the LLB is the professional qualification. It is the universally recognized gateway to legal practice, which qualifies graduates to become attorneys or advocates after further training and meeting professional requirements. So wherever you go in the world, whether you are in Canada, the UK, Malawi, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, wherever, chances are the LLB is the one that they will ask for you to practice as a lawyer. And of course, as we'll clarify, if you are from one of the countries that I mentioned, you can practice there with a Regenesys Law School LLB, but you have to write their conversion exams. This is largely a South African LLB degree. And LLB stands for, as we'll see, Bachelor of Law or Baccalaureus Legum. So we have accreditation, and of course, the LLB is accredited by the Council on Higher Education and recognized by the Legal Practice Council to ensure it meets the standards for professional practice. And of course, LLB curriculum combines theoretical knowledge with practical skills essential for legal practice, including courses in constitutional law, criminal law, ethics, and of course, this is a 4-year professional degree for 485 credits. The issue of regulatory compliance, and this is very important. It aligns with the Legal Practice Act and of course, ensuring that graduates meet the legal profession's entry requirements. So we don't offer a 2-year LLB degree for postgraduate and cannot represent that we do. Because of accreditation, we are. Now, what happened was in South Africa is when the late Dala Omar was Minister of Justice, he made it an access to justice issue, that law would be short and sweet. In other words, because previously, during the apartheid era, law was just basically dominated by white males. And obviously the idea right now is to ensure that everybody else gets access. And by the way, I know there are white males here, nothing against you, it's just an example. Look at the history of the country, where it's coming from. And historically, the study of law was different, and you may come across these situations when interacting with this issue. And of course, previously people had BA, BCom law with majors. And before the introduction of a standalone LLB, students would do a bachelor's degree, a BA law, or do other courses, sociology, etc. And then we had what was known as the BProc, Bachelor of Procurationist. This was another undergraduate law degree focused more on the practical aspects of law. It allows graduates to become attorneys, but not qualify them to become advocates. It's no longer offered. And then, of course, in 1997, the standalone LLB was introduced, combining theoretical and practical legal education into a single 4-year program. And the new degree became the standard for legal education, replacing the BProc and reducing the need for postgraduate LLB. Why is it a 4-year LLB, ladies and gentlemen? As a professional degree, to gain access to a regulated body, students must gain a solid legal foundation in core legal principles. And then, of course, very important that you must be able to engage in critical analysis of complex legal issues. And of course, this aligns with international standards for legal education. And of course, why do we have such a popular reputation? This gives you a pathway to a prestigious career. Versatile and career options. You don't have to be a lawyer. As I'll indicate, there are so many career paths that you can go for. There's also a high demand for legal professionals, critical and upholding justice and human rights. As you'd have seen everywhere you go today, if you can check online, I was talking about the Madlanga Commission, which has just started, and what it means. So there is a clip I'll share with you, which is on the SAPC website. And then, of course, there's foundation for further specialization, recognition and mobility, entrepreneurial opportunities, and more. Then, the accreditation of a law degree by the Council on Higher Education is obviously critical. This is what we have. And it is the Council on Higher Education that accredits degrees. Just one second. I don't know why the smile. Oh, yeah, there it is. So CHE accreditation guarantees that the law program meets the high standards required for legal education in South Africa. That's very important. So as I've always said to you, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have accreditation and a qualification, stay far away from it. Don't bother. And of course, compliance with national standards, accreditation by the Council on Higher Education confirms that the law degree complies with standards set by the government and other regulatory bodies. Eligibility for professional practice, and only law degrees accredited by the CHE are recognized by professional bodies such as the Legal Practice Council. International recognition, CHE accreditation is a marker of credibility that can enhance the international recognition of the degree. Again, institutional reputation, accreditation by the CHE enhances the reputation of the law school offering the degree. Second. So, the Legal Practice Act, ladies and gentlemen, tells you, Section 26 of the Legal Practice Act sets out the minimum qualifications for practice. And it says minimum qualifications in practical vocational training. A person qualifies to be admitted and enrolled as a legal practitioner if that person has A, satisfied all the requirements for the LLB degree obtained at any university registered in the Republic. After pursuing for that degree, 1, a course of study of no less than 4 years. 2, a course of study of no less than 5 years if the LLB degree is preceded by a bachelor's degree. And as I indicated, we don't offer a 2-year LLB degree, nor do we profess that we do. Now, if you forget everything that I said today, make sure that you remember this, and please take a screenshot of it if you can, so that whenever people are lying to you about accreditation, you can just show them. This is a fully accredited program in terms of higher education, accreditation, and registration. So it's accredited by the Council on Higher Education, CHE, registered as a private higher education institution by the Department of Higher Education, also known as DHET. And programs are registered on the National Qualifications Framework and maintained by the South African Qualifications Authority. And then, of course, Bachelor of Laws, not applicable. And of course, so these are the registration numbers, which on the SAQA website. So please, I could even stop the presentation here because that's the most important part. Now, key differences between the Legal Practice Council and Council on Higher Education. The Council on Higher Education is the one that registers and accredits qualifications in South Africa, right? The Legal Practice Council focuses on the legal profession specifically. And then, of course, the Council on Higher Education Authority covers this, the academic side and ensures that law degrees meet educational standards. And of course, Legal Practice Council covers the professional side. So lawyers who steal money are kicked out by the Legal Practice Council. Degrees that are not fit for purpose, kicked out by the Council on Higher Education. So it's accreditation versus regulation. Very important. So obviously we'll emphasize academic rigor and relevance, and the LLB program has been deliberately and meticulously crafted, aligning with South Africa's legal ethos and international standards, and it is demanding on students' time and resources, requiring commitment and dedication. So what is the LLB degree? It's a generalist degree, provides a broad legal foundation. It's not specialized. LLB doesn't equate to specialization. So let's say you want to be a CSI lawyer like the ones on TV. You need further training through additional experience or further studies. And career development specialization often occurs through practice or postgraduate education. And you've got a foundation for growth. LLB is a stepping stone towards becoming a specialist. So exemption for courses, for credits for previous learning. I know some of you guys have studied at UNISA and other institutions all over the country. So I make the final decision as to whether a student can receive an exemption from a course. And then, of course, students must be advised that if a credit is granted, this should have an impact. This could have an impact on their schedules, as if it depends on when modules are being run and the mode. But currently, our maximum, we only give up to 12 exemptions, and no more than 50% of the degree. And of course, exemptions cannot be older than 5 years of age. So if you studied a course before 2020, the likelihood is that you may not be exempted for it. So we've got contact versus online offerings. So contact is physical students who attend classes in Sandton, Johannesburg. And this is much more popular amongst the younger students. And then, of course, we've got online class, which is much more popular because of, obviously, among the working people in every sector you can imagine, whether it's entertainment, banking, government, politics. We have students who are studying with us. Some at a very high level, very well-known individuals who I will not name because unless they give us authorization to name them, but some very well-known individuals also are students. And then, of course, this ensures that they choose the mode that best suits their needs and lifestyle. And additionally, we must double check that they're enrolling in a semester when contact classes are available, if that's their preference, so that they can fully benefit from the experience that they want. And then, of course, we want you to be academically ready. We want to produce competent legal professionals. And of course, we want to maintain the integrity of the legal profession and maintain the integrity of Regenesys. Then let me just see if I can't. There's a link that I don't know where it is right now. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. There's a link that I pulled out, and it seems to have disappeared. Let me just stop sharing there for a while. All right, so this is from the Regenesys webpage, and of course, I'm directing you so that you can easily go there anytime you feel like it, because we put it in quite a bit of work writing these up. There's one or two, there's quite a two or three of them, but I'll show you one that is pertinent to today's presentation. So obviously, careers in law in South Africa. So obviously, we are guided a lot by the Law Society of South Africa, which has written a nice document in this regard, which you can also find, which Law Society regulates about, it's the umbrella body for attorneys in particular. It is about 30,000 practicing attorneys and about 6,000 candidate attorneys. And of course, many of you will probably want to go this route. And most in their law careers have acquired skills such as public speaking, debate, inductive reasoning, coping with stress, and, you know, having deep integrity. And as I've indicated, that there's so many careers that you can go for as you enter into the field of law. So a law degree opens up many career options, each with its own set of challenges and rewards. So whether you're interested in working in the courtroom or exploring specialized fields, a legal career offers various paths. And of course, the traditional careers are often the first that come to mind for those considering getting a law degree, which is the people in this room today. And these roles typically involve helping clients understanding laws and playing a part of the justice system. And here's a quick overview of some of the traditional legal careers. First is attorneys or lawyers. These are the direct contact to the members of the public. They represent clients in court, they give legal advice and handle legal issues. Normally, attorneys deal directly with the members of the public. Advocates focus on representing clients in higher courts and very often are briefed by attorneys and the experts in litigation. And of course, judges oversee court cases and make decisions based on the law and ensure fair trials. And of course, in addition to these traditional roles, you may explore specialized fields. Many of you may want to be corporate lawyers, environmental lawyers. You may want to be intellectual property. The list is endless. Anyone who earns a living from practicing law is a lawyer and a legal practitioner. So you were judges, attorneys, advocates, and so forth. And attorneys and advocates are lawyers who have permission from the High Court to represent people in court or tribunals, draw up or execute documents relating for use in legal proceedings, provide legal advice, and to be paid for doing so. And of course, attorneys may provide services in one or two of more specialized fields such as commercial property, tax, when you want to buy property, you want to divorce, all that requires an attorney. Notaries, more property notaries public, specialize in drafting, legalizing, and authenticating documents such as power of attorney, marriage status, articles of incorporation, and commercial invoices, certifying background checks, and so forth. Conveyancers, attorneys who specialize in the transfer of movable property, they are the only professionals permitted by law to prepare and execute such deeds for registration in the deeds registry. Then, so to be admitted as an attorney, this is regulated by the law. The Attorneys Act says you must be 21 years or older, a South African citizen or permanent resident. You must hold a 4-year LLB degree. That's where the LLB comes in. And I showed you Section 26 of the Legal Practice Act. And of course, you must have completed a practice management course, completed vocational training requirements, trained as an article clerk under an attorney, and be a fit and proper person. So you can't be an attorney or an advocate if you have a criminal record, you see, and so forth. So again, with registered advocates, you need to fulfill the same requirements as attorneys, but instead of writing an attorney's exam, you write an advocate's admission exam and indicate to the High Court whether they intend to practice with or without a Fidelity Fund certificate, because of people who have been stealing funds that are known as trust funds. And of course, Bar Association is the regulator here, and of course, that provides support and fraternity for advocates who consider their livelihood a calling rather than a profession. So you have to serve a year's pupillage apprenticeship in which you will be prepared by an experienced advocate for the rigorous hours of practice and so forth. So what with your LLB degree, you cover a lot of, the Law Society requires LLB to cover constitutional practice, which we offer, professional legal ethics, which you offer, high court practice. You learn all these, accounting for lawyers, also known as bookkeeping. You will learn all these. And of course, many of the top law jobs, there's so many opportunities for law graduates in the corporate sector, public sector, and of course, as I've indicated, government sector, you can focus on regulatory compliance. In academia, you can provide, you can become a professor. The list is endless. Of course, as I indicated, you must be 21 years old, and in South Africa, you must be a South African citizen or permanent resident. And then, of course, advocates, same steps, but additional requirements, and so forth. And then, so the point that has to be made is that being an attorney in South Africa, being a lawyer in South Africa, or starting this route has many parts and opportunities. So, and of course, you might not even want to be an attorney, but the point is, an LLB will give you that those thinking tools, and of course, there are many people. For example, the director of Tsotsi, the Oscar-winning movie, is not is not practicing as an attorney, but he's a qualified lawyer. And there's so many others. Patrice Motsepe used to be a lawyer earlier on in his life. Sim Chabalala, the CEO of Standard Bank. The list goes on and on. There are so many of these options. But let me just go. Let us go to the chat box. The first one is, can you clarify the issue of credit percentage? Not 12%, I said 50%, maximum of 12 modules. So Boston, we give them about, yes, we give them 12 modules. If I can find them, I'll tell you the ones that we give to Boston BCom law graduates. So, for example, with Boston BCom law graduates, we exempt them from computer literacy, legal research, pillars of South African law 1 and 2, law of persons, legal English, intellectual property, law of contract, law of property, law of dealing, constitutional law, law of business entities, and cyber law. So that's that's basically what and of course, yeah, you will, as I indicated, many of these things have been put on the website. That's Miriam. That's why I actually, yeah. And of course, yeah, we will send you the PDF version of this, yeah. And of course, it is recorded, Tobile, Jessica, and Tobile. Kaya, Dondashe. So for people like you, Kaya, who are in PE Kabeha, you normally study online. So geographically, our online students basically would then be from wherever. Someone asked, "Oh, you offering medical law course in future?" The likelihood is high, yes, Refilwe. So I don't know if there are any. And then says, Pays Jessop says, can we also find out that's the minimum requirement for this course? and how many modules per year. All right. Let me see if I can pull out the prospectus. Nope, that's the old one. Just 1 second. Okay. So this is the prospectus, right? You will see the prospectus you can find in line. It's got a welcome, is for myself, and of course why this degree, etc. So, and then it's a 4-year program, as you can see, right? Okay, Kumuso, can you please mute yourself, please? Thanks. Then, so we have the first year's semester 1 is computer literacy, family law, law of persons, and of course, ideally, we want people to do law of persons before family law, right? Legal English, pillars of South African law, foundation of personal mastery. And this is what you'll do when you do in your first year. These are foundational courses. And of course, we always emphasize emotional and spiritual intelligence. People must not only just be book smart, but must also be world smart. They must be able to handle a lot of issues that are, yeah. So, and then of course, constitutional law, second year, law of contract, law of succession, etc. And so on. And of course, it goes on right up to the 3rd year. So, yeah. So this is what is done there. Let me share today's interview. And of course, if you want to look for my profile, you will find it. There's plenty of stuff on the work that one has done. I don't want to, as they say, honk my own horn. But this was happening today. So you let's see if I can share that with you. Oh, sorry, I thought, oh yeah, I am sharing my screen. Sorry, I thought I was sharing my screen. Am I? Yeah, I am sharing the screen. You guys have seen the prospectus, right? Have you seen this page that I was referring to? Can someone confirm that? If so, okay, perfect.
Let's see the screen, advocate.
Thanks, Kumuso. Jessica, I don't know what's going on there. All right, so you will see this. So this is what Yeah, so let me just stop sharing there briefly, and I will share what I'm talking about. So I've shared the YouTube link. Feziwe, your hand is up. The requirements, okay, let's see. So these are the requirements. No, they're not on this one. They are. They are on the other one. These are the requirements here. As you can see. You need a bachelor's pass. You can see. Matric with the Chelsea, please. Can you please mute yourself? A bachelor's pass. No. I said mute yourself. You'll get a chance to speak. Please. The presentation is still going on. So what I said is so the Bachelor of Laws is Bachelor of Laws program duration 4 years. 485 credits. Matric with bachelor's pass or NQF level. I'm responding to the question that was asked earlier on in terms of the requirements. NQF level 4, and of course, if English is your first language, we want you to get 50%, and English second language 60%. A levels for international students from Africa, and of course, you've got other baccalaureate, and no bachelor's pass. If you're over 23 years of age, you must have a school leaving certificate and so forth. And of course, for people over 45, you can perhaps be what's known as recognition of prior learning. And then we can take it from there. So let me see. Let me go back to, sorry, need to stop the screen share. Now, let me go back to the questions. Taurus, yes, you have to do the degree in 4 years. That's just will we be receiving any money while we're studying? This is a private institution, unfortunately not. There is what's known as Ed for All. And then, of course, Humotso, who's on the platform, is our administrator, will assist you with the fees. I'm not going to be answering the fees structure because that's an administrative issue. Our fees people will do that. And then, of course, I'm done with my LLB and a full-time employee who can't afford to resign. So you can, obviously, you can grow within your institution, right? some people start as cleaners and they end up as the in-house counsel. See, so I think there's also Nhlanhla is one of who's assisting there. There's Ubutso, there's Nhlanhla. Yeah. And then of course RPL, as I said, I think the age is, yeah, we do RPL people, so that you will yeah. So as I said, you must get a bachelor's pass. I didn't say no bachelor's pass. I said you must with matric with bachelor's pass. Yeah. So that's, yeah. I didn't say no bachelor's pass. I said with bachelor's pass. And then of course, yeah, this has been put on the yeah. The YouTube link has been put there on the platform. I think if you go up, you'll see it. Yes, the brochure is available to be shared with you. The prospectus is available. And of course, we also have a paralegal course that is also available for people to do. That's as a starting point for those who want to do the paralegal option. And of course, for that one, please email Humutso Malefane, who is our the email address is Humutso M. I'll put it there. At Regenesys.
Advocate is Komotso T.
Oh, Humutso. Is it? On my system is saying Humutso M.
T. M is corporate.
Oh, okay, that's weird. Anyway, the name is Humutso Malefane. I'm getting confused now because when I'm putting out her address, it keeps on, it relentlessly says Humutso M on my screen. Just check Nhlanhla. I don't know if it's Nhlanhla. Just check on your computer.
Advocate, it's Komotso Temane.
Yes. Oh, I said no. I'm referring to Humutso who does. Sorry, I think there's a miscommunication there. The Humutso M is the one I'm referring to who does the paralegal, not Humutso Temane. I'm referring to Humutso Malefane.
Correct.
Let me clarify what we are talking about. So this is, you see on the chat, Humutso Malefane is the one, because I'm referring to someone who's saying they want to do paralegal. Yes. And then the Humutso who is on this platform right now is Humutso Temane. Who is Humutso KH? Oh, that other is Humutso KGO. So that one will assist you with paralegal. The Humutso who is on this platform is Humutso Temane. That's the one who's Humutso T. That she would deal with LLB issues. We're not offering medical law yet. We first finish the LLB. That's what I was trying to explain to you, that you have to, specialization comes with, firstly, more, either a job or further qualifications. But of course, we're hoping to get more Yeah, so for the people who are over 40, as I indicated, you have to, if you don't have matric, we will do what's known as recognition of prior learning. And you then write, what then happens is you provide a portfolio of evidence. Our officials will assist you in that regard. And Humuto Temane and Shantla can actually assist you concerning. And then, of course, exams, we've got exams twice a year, semester one, semester two. At the end of each semester, you have an exam. That's basically what you have to do in this regard. And of course, you write assignments and tests for each and every course. And so, Zinhle, I hope that question is. And then you offer bursaries in this degree. There's what's known as Ed for All, but it's very restrictive. Remember, this is a private institution, yes. So obviously, it is a business. But of course, we do try by all means to assist those who have challenges. But I can't guarantee that. That one, don't say I promised you. Just check the fee structures. Yeah. So I don't know if there's any other person. Exams, they are online. The exams are online. So currently we offer degrees and we offer paralegal and family law certificates. So as I indicated, the two humutos, I think people may have been confused. The humuto whose KG is for the paralegal. The humuto whose KH is for LLB. And that's humuto T. Humuto M will assist you with paralegal. So I don't know. Yeah, someone says interesting. Yeah, so I don't know if there are any oral questions. Anyone who's got a question, but that's most of the material covered. Could we attend contact classes on as well? No, you can't, because the fee structures are different. Online is cheaper than contact. But I suppose they don't mind once in a while for people to pop in, but you can't switch willy-nilly as you please. No, that's not allowed. There are fees for online, there are fees for contact. All right. Yes, you receive study, Lenik, you receive study material from the school. Yes, it will be on the portal. And you there'll be study guides. Everything is electronic, very advanced. So obviously, what you do need is a very good laptop, good technology, good internet. Do you have an app where? No, the website is Regenesys.net. That's it's not so much of. I think there is an app that was launched recently, but I'm not sure whether it covers the law school. But the website, Regenesys.net. You go down, scroll down under law school, you will find a number of the things that are, if you just need some clarification. Yeah. So Zinhle, I've answered your question. And of course, just make sure that you get the right humutso. Humutso P is the one for LLB. Humutso M is the one for the paralegal. All right. I don't know if there are any other comments, questions in this regard. if not, let's call it a wrap. And of course, our officials will be in touch with you, and will whatever additional questions and issues you may. And then, can someone use a matric? Yes, they can, to apply for next year. A good day. You mentioned accounting is one of the modules. What happens if you did not do accounting as subject in school? You're going to have to do accounting ASAP, because even the law exams, that the exams for admission as attorneys, they have accounting. So unfortunately, that is the reality of the day. We can't run away from maths and accounting generally. All right. Thanks to everyone for your time, and I hope this was useful. After completing the LLB degree, how do you know which legal field can I specialize in? That's your choice, essentially. You decide. That is absolutely your choice. It's in your hands. You decide what you want. You want to be a corporate lawyer. You want to be a criminal lawyer. Or you don't even want to be a lawyer. You just want the information. That's also fine. But you will be very entertained classes, I can assure you. Thanks to everyone for your time. It was a pleasure meeting you, albeit online. And please check the link of what we're talking about today with the Madlanga Commission. Thank you very much.